You ever push yourself in a workout, and I mean really push yourself? Then you stop, but you find you're still just gasping for air long after? Well, there's a pretty fascinating story happening inside your body that explains that exact feeling. Let's get into it.
Oh yeah, you know the feeling I'm talking about. That deep, intense burn in your muscles after a hard sprint, paired with that feeling that you just can't seem to gulp in enough air.
Yep.
We've all been there.
But what if I told you that the burn and the heavy breathing aren't actually two separate things? They are completely 100% connected. They're two parts of a single incredible story playing out inside your body every time you push your limits.
So come on, let's follow that journey together. We're going to start deep down at the microscopic level of your muscle cells and trace it all the way to your lungs.
It all kicks off with that famous, or maybe infamous, burn. And the culprit behind it has a name you've probably heard and maybe even cursed before: lactic acid. All right, so just picture it. You are going all out. Your muscles are absolutely screaming for energy, but your heart and your lungs just can't pump oxygen to them fast enough to keep up with the crazy demand. Your body desperately needs a plan B. And that plan B is a process called anaerobic respiration. Basically, it's a way for your cells to make energy without any oxygen. It's an amazing emergency power system, and it keeps you moving. But there's a catch. The byproduct of this emergency power is, you guessed it, lactic acid. And that is what's causing that burn. Now, this is a great little trick for a short burst of energy, but your body can't let that lactic acid just hang around because it starts to build up, creating a real acidic problem inside your cells, and that is a big deal. So why is this a problem? Well, think of your cells like tiny factories filled with critical workers, called enzymes. These enzymes do all the important jobs. When lactic acid builds up, it makes the factory floor too acidic, and the enzymes can't work properly. In fact, they can literally start to break down. So yeah, that lactic acid has to go, and fast.
And that's what scientists mean when they use that word, denature. It's like taking the key to your front door and bending it all out of shape. It just won't work in the lock anymore, right? A denatured enzyme is the same way. It can't do its job, and that can grind your whole cellular system to a halt. It's a serious problem.
So how does your body solve this crisis? Who comes to the rescue? It calls in the ultimate cleanup crew. And the headquarters for this whole operation is your liver.
And this cleanup process is pretty cool. First, your muscles basically dump that lactic acid into your bloodstream. Your circulatory system then acts like a superhighway, whisking it away from the muscles and shipping it straight to the liver. The liver then plucks it right out of your blood and gets to work breaking it down. Now, this is where your body gets really, really smart. The liver doesn't see lactic acid as just toxic waste to get rid of. Nope, it sees it as fuel. It is the ultimate recycling program. Your liver takes this stuff that was causing a problem and, using oxygen, converts it back into energy. How amazing is that? Okay, so the liver is doing all this amazing recycling work, but what's the one thing it needs to get the job done? Oxygen. And that, right there, brings us full circle to why you're still panting. It's time to pay back a debt. Let's go back to that question from the beginning. You've stopped the workout. You aren't sprinting anymore, so why on earth are you still breathing like you are? Why is it so hard to catch your breath? The answer is such a powerful idea. You're repaying an oxygen debt. Think about it like this. During that intense exercise, your body took out a loan. It used energy that it didn't have enough oxygen to pay for at the time. Now that the hard part's over, well, it's collection time. Your body has to pay that oxygen back to clean up the mess. This graph shows it perfectly. See that section in the middle for exercise? The top line shows how much oxygen your muscles wanted, and the bottom line is what they actually got. That big gap between them, that is your oxygen debt. Now look at the recovery phase on the right. Your oxygen intake stays way up high. All that extra oxygen you're breathing in is being used to pay back the debt.
So here's the bottom line. Your pounding heart and your heavy breathing are happening for a very specific reason. Your body is frantically working to rush all that extra oxygen to your liver so it has the fuel it needs to finish the cleanup job on all that lactic acid.
When you put all of these pieces together, the burn, the debt, the cleanup, it gives you a completely new appreciation for what's really happening inside your body after a tough workout.
So that gasping for air, it is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you're out of shape. It is literally the sound of a successful recovery in progress. It's your body doing exactly what it's supposed to do and doing it well.
And the end result of this whole complicated, brilliant process? Your body takes a potentially harmful acid and turns it into carbon dioxide and water. That's it. Two of the most harmless things imaginable. You just breathe out the carbon dioxide. It is an absolutely perfect system. So next time you finish a workout and you're bent over, just trying to catch your breath, take a second. Instead of just feeling exhausted, maybe you can feel a little bit of awe for that incredible recovery engine that's kicking into high gear. It might just change how you think about that feeling forever.